All right, welcome back. Welcome back. So, today we're going to be talking a little bit about those persons that were released on their own recognizance. In Spanish circles, we call this I-220A or Ido 20A, which is just a form number for when you are released on your own recognizance. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So, these are people normally who were caught at the border or that were in removal proceedings and they were released, not on bond, so they didn't have to pay like an amount to the court to be released, but they were released on their own behalf. It doesn't really give you any status, but it does allow you to be outside in the United States under supervision while your court date is pending. We believe, based on the things said by the incoming president and his administration, that people with I-220A or people who were released on their own recognizance will be at risk under these mass deportation processes. The most likely way of doing this is that they'll be rounded up and placed in detention while their removal process continues, or that they will be subject to expedited removal. This would mean that because they already have all of these people's information, they normally come in for check-ins. These people would be easy targets for them to be able to take in mass and put in detention facilities while they wait for their removal, or they can sign their removal order if they don't want to wait for the long immigration court proceedings. Also, some of these people would be subject to expedited removal, unless they're claiming some kind of fear or they're claiming, and they pass that credible fear interview, then they might be subject to expedited removal if they don't clear those two benchmarks. And if they don't do that and they are subject to expedited removal, that means that they can be removed by an immigration officer without ever seeing a judge, without having the right to an attorney, and without having an adjudication of any claims of relief that they might have pending with USCIS or with the court. So this is something that's definitely a concern. It affects a lot of people in the United States, especially people in the Florida area. There's a lot of people released on I-220As in the Florida area, but really all over the country, you're going to find people that are going to be subject to this, that are waiting for their hearing, going through their due process, and that this can interject into that process and cause them to either be detained while that process is continued or have them quickly or removed from the United States without having access to a judge or legal representation. So if you have an I-220A, if you've been released on your own recognizance from immigration court, um, you should probably start preparing to see how you might want to fix your status, talk to an immigration attorney, and try to see what options you might have available to you, because it is likely that you will be one of the first people targeted for removal under the Trump administration if he continues with the plans that he has said he's going to do.